Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching EXPOZ, January 23, 2013, 27 minutes after midnight in Birmingham, Alabama. Topic: there's an email going around, and it says, "Will you give this to my daddy?" Let me read this if you don't mind. As a company, Southwest Airlines is going to support Red Fridays. Last week I was in Atlanta attending a conference. While I was at the airport returning home, I heard several people behind me beginning to clap and cheer. I immediately turned around and witnessed one of the greatest acts of patriotism I have ever seen. Moving through the terminal was a group of soldiers in their camos. As they began heading toward their gate, almost everyone, was abruptly to their feet and their hands waving and cheering and clapping. When I saw the soldiers, perhaps 30 to 40, being applauded and cheered for, it hit me. I'm not alone. I'm not the only red-blooded American who loves this country and supports our troops and their families. Of course, I immediately stopped and began clapping for these young, unsung heroes who are putting their lives on the line every day for us so that we can go to school, work, and home without fear of reprisal. Just when I thought I could not be more proud of my country or of any of our servicemen and women, a young girl, not more than 6 or 7 years of age, ran up to one of the male soldiers. He knelt down and said, "Hi." The little girl then asked him if he would give her daddy a message, give something to her father. The soldier didn't look any older than about 22 years old, and he said, "Well, I'll try. What did you want to give to your daddy?" This little girl grabbed his neck, hugged him, and gave him the biggest kiss on the cheek that she could muster. And the mother of the little girl, who said her daughter's name was Courtney, told the young soldier that her husband was a Marine and he had been out in Iraq for 11 months. And as the mom was explaining how much her daughter Courtney missed her father, the young soldier began to tear up. When this temporarily single mom was done explaining her situation, all the soldiers huddled together for a brief few seconds. Then one of the other servicemen pulled out a military-looking walkie-talkie. They started playing with the device and talking back and forth, and after about 15 seconds of this, the young soldier walked back over to Courtney. He bent down and said to her, "I spoke to your daddy, and he told me to give you this." He hugged the little girl, and he kissed her on the cheek. And then he finished by saying, "Your daddy told me to tell you that he loves you more than you know, and he is coming home very soon." The mom at that point was crying almost uncontrollably as the young soldier stood to his feet. He saluted Courtney and her mom. I was standing no more than 6 feet away from this entire event. As the soldiers began to leave, heading toward their gate, people resumed their applause. As I stood there applauding and looking around, there was very few dry eyes, including my own. That soldier, in one last act of selflessness, turned around and blew a kiss to Courtney with a tear rolling down his cheek. We need to remember every day, y'all, of all our soldiers, of their families, and thank God for them and their sacrifices. At the end of the day, it's good to be an American. Red Friday. This is what I'm coming to. Very soon, you will see a great many people wearing red every Friday. The reason? Americans who support our troops used to be called the silent majority. We are no longer silent and are voicing our love for God, our country, our home, in record-breaking numbers. We are not organized, boasting, overbearing. We do not get liberal media coverage on TV to reflect our message or our opinions. Many Americans like you, me, all our friends, all our families simply want to recognize that the vast majority of Americans support our troops. One idea, or rather our idea, of showing solidarity and support for our troops with dignity and respect starts this Friday and continues each and every Friday until the troops all come home, sending a deafening message that every red-blooded American who supports our men and women afar will wear something red. By word of mouth, press, TV, let's make the United States on every Friday of sea red like a homecoming football game in the bleachers. So if every one of us who loves America and this country will share this with acquaintances, co-workers, friends, and family, it will not be long before the United States is covered in red. It will let our troops know the once silent majority is on their side now more than ever, certainly more than the media lets on. The first thing a soldier says when he's asked, "What can you do to make things better for us?" We need to support your prayers. Let's get the word out and lead with class and dignity by example, and wear something red every Friday. And if you agree, please tell people about this. If you don't, do nothing. But I am 100% for this, and I'm sure the majority of you are too. You don't have to put on a red shirt, red pants, red hat. You can have a red string around your wrist, a red band. You can have a red Band-Aid on your hand, which is exactly what I'm going to have. Red doesn't only mean that you're supporting our troops. Red has many meanings. In the next blog, please listen. I'm going to tell you some other meanings that red has. And that has a heavenly meaning as well. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.